Hiya, this is Toby from LITH-TECH Mobility. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about insurance, extended warranty and finance. Over the last 6 months, we've been on a bit of a journey with finance, trying to find out the best providers. We've pretty much almost got to the point of using different people twice, but it's not been quite as good as what we thought it was going to be, or it wasn't going to be either giving us what we needed from the deal, or it wouldn't be giving the customer what they needed from the deal. Ultimately, I don't believe in offering finance to a customer unless it's at a cost-effective and ethical rate, which has been the hardest thing. So when you actually do a lot of your research, yeah, you've got companies offering things like Klarna, but that's under like £1,000, or at worst like £2,000. Obviously, our products kind of almost start from £2,000. So those kind of high street kind of lender names that everyone knows about, it's not quite so easy. And if you are going to be dealing with £2,000 over, all of the other companies which you can see online, they're using people like Snap and other companies like that, and it's 29% interest, 29% APR, and I personally just think that's unethical to be charging the elderly or people that are vulnerable. I think it's taking advantage, if I'm completely honest. What I will say though is, let's talk about insurance. We've been offering insurance since Word Dot. We use Fish, they're the UK's leading insurer. Reason why we use them is because we believe we're the best at what we do in the industry, and we want to partner with the best, so we are offering an in-house solution to our customers at the very best of what is available on the UK market. Let's talk about what you get from the insurance. So right now the insurance is about £85 for a year. Every year the insurance does go up ever so slightly. So when we first started offering it was about 70, and it was 75, now it's 85. Obviously, as we all know, the cost of living, the cost of owning a business, especially you would not even understand, the cost of owning a business is almost tripled in about 8 years. So I understand, and I think £85 is actually very fair for what you get. You get 2 million public liability, you get lost and stolen, accidental damage, these are the two biggest ones we see. Personal injury, personal accident, and personal effects. Personal effects basically means all your belongings whilst using the chair. So yeah, all of that for 85 with a company that's well known and who also works very closely with their dealers. So we've got a great relationship with Fish. We've won Dealer of the Month a few times. We got a great rep, Mike Holborn, little shout out. And yeah, whenever they have an incident that happens, they work very closely with us, and pretty much everything is paid within a week. Like, that's pretty much unheard of with insurance. So they'll be like, oh, do you think it's a fair, what's happened is fair? Do you know how that might have happened? We will always side with the side of our customers unless we think they're actively trying to defraud Fish or us, which unfortunately sometimes they do. And if that's the case, we'll say, look, we kind of know what's happened here. Let's meet in the middle and let's try and get some sort of deal for you. But what you're doing right now is fraud, so you can't actually do that. But we will always do our best to side with the customers so you get sorted out as quickly as possible. So that's the insurance covered. It's very important to get insurance. Reason being, let's say, and literally the two things we only ever see are accidental damage and public liability. We've seen lost and stolen twice, and that's not because a chair's got stolen outside of a pub or or outside of a shop or whatever it is you're interested in. It's because 2 cars were stolen, and the wheelchairs were both times in the back of the car, both times in Manchester. But hey ho, is what it is. So yeah, the ones we do see though, accidental damage, and we do see public liability. So what the most common one I would say is people scratching cars. You know, if you're on a camper and you can't hold the camber, you're a poor driver, or if you're in a car park and you're not concentrating and you're in in a supermarket car park and you just go past someone's wing mirror, or you clip their door, with your chair, that can leave a scratch. Just like a modern day panel of paint, a whole side is going to cost you well over £1,000, well over. If you're talking Mercedes, BMW, Porsches, whatever, you're talking £3,000-4,000 for a side of paint minimum. So if you didn't have public liability and they decide to come after you, they could sue you. So public liability is so important. That £85 a year would cover that, and you can use your claims over and over as well. So Fish is great. Insurance is a must, in my opinion. Let's talk about extended warranty. So again, we use Fish. From 2025, they used to offer up to 3 years. They're only offering 1 year now extended warranty, which is fair enough, I think, as well. The price of a 1 year warranty is 116. So with Lithtech, you obviously get your year's manufacturer warranty, and then once you're in your 11th month with us, then you can inquire about that, and then we can roll you into an extended warranty period. And that will cover you for basically the same things, non-wear and tear parts, but all mechanical parts. So batteries, motors, control units, mainframes. Won't cover things like tyres or mud guards or armrests, cushioning, stuff that you can break, spill stuff on, crash, whatever. But mechanical parts that will cover. So that can be the same as a good manufacturer warranty. Bear in mind, a lot of companies, obviously, you always try and get out of their warranties. You need to be very clear what the warranty covers at the beginning when you purchase a chair, so then that they'll always stand by their warranties. There's no funny business. So you'd be surprised the amount of companies that actually try and get away with their warranties. And if it is just wear and tear, fair play. Like we wouldn't do wear and tear either. Like that's a very normal thing, and you shouldn't have to either. Last we'll talk about is finance. So we're really glad to be working with Ideal for Finance. It's going to kick in for New Year. So let's talk about the two types of terms that we've gone for. We've gone for, and this is the one we feel proud to be promoting, is 0% finance. Like, why wouldn't you? You're basically buying a product and financing it for nothing over the monthly periods. Like nowadays with cost of living being so harsh, why wouldn't you? Best thing is keep your money safe and do it monthly, so you know what your outgoings are. You're not getting yourself into a black hole where you're then having to worry about money, or if something was to come up out of the blue, you haven't stitched yourself up. So this you cannot lose with. So let's do a little example, and remember, someone's got to be paying for that, and guess who it is? So we're taking a big hit on that. So whereas you're getting the 0%, we're getting a big subsidy. So every time someone does 0%, we're having to pay a huge fee out of that every single time. But I feel happy about offering that to our customers. I feel like it's ethical. I feel like no one can really. We get more sales, and you get to finance your wheelchair and have a much better wheelchair for free, almost. Well, not free, but you know the finance is free. So it basically means that you don't have to go out and buy that £850,000 wheelchair with crappy components, and you know that the battery's going to last 2 years. You know it's not going to be as comfortable, it's not going to be as capable, you're not going to be able to do as many modifications and add-ons, so it's not really going to fit you right for your disability, because none of those chairs are really disability specific, whereas we can build our chairs around your disability. So remember that, because that's important. So if you were to buy a £2,000 chair off us now, a £500 deposit, that means you're borrowing 1,500 quid. At 0% interest over 12 months, that means your monthlies are £125. So it's going to cost you £125 to have a really good chair with brushless motors, a control unit, which is basically an ECU, it's a computer, smart intelligent joystick. You know, you'll be able to hold cambers, you're going to have rubber wheels, you're going to have puncture-proof wheels, it's going to be much sleeker, it's going to be lighter, it's going to have batteries that last you 6 years, not 2 years, batteries that aren't going to catch on fire. You know, the benefits are unworldly, like the differences between a budget wheelchair and something like we do. So by being able to offer 0% finance, it opens up the average person to Lithtech products, which is great. What that means is the cost of credit to you is going to be free. The total cost of finance is 1,500, because 2,000 minus 500, which is your deposit, you're borrowing 1,500. So what you're borrowing is that's all it's going to cost you. Another option we're going to be offering is, and this is one for we've recently done an affordable range. So it's called our multi-chair. It's a product we've just bought in the last couple of months. It's selling ridiculously well, because it's the best chair that you can buy for a cheapest price, a $1,750 with all the good components. So you've got a control unit, you've got brushless motors, you've got puncture-proof rubber wheels, you've got a sleek folding design, it's liftable, 6H batteries which are quick release, removable, very capable, very comfortable, it can do curbs, forward, backwards, come off half curbs, it can go up and down grassy banks, it can do everything the rest of our smart chair can do. So for $1,750, if you're going to do a deposit of $250, that means you are borrowing 1,500 quid. At 14.99, you can now do a finance term over, rather, because 0% is only over 12 months. But at 14.99, so let's call that 15%, so that's half of what you're getting from all the other main lenders out there, which are at 29%. You can do 24 months at £72.72 a month. That gives you the cost of credit of £245.35, so your total cost of finance is £1,745.35. considering that that's what you're borrowing, it's really not a massive amount extra, is it? So the other option is, if you wanted to extend the same deal over 36 months, it means your monthlies would come even down to 51. So you can own a chair that's, you know, a high grade chair, let's call it, not your budget chair, with great components, good reliability, good capabilities, good comfort, and we can do all the modifications to that. You can own a Lithtech chair for £51 a month over 3 years. So to me, that's another no-brainer. Like, why would I buy a budget chair which is, you know, just going to go wrong, or in 2 years you're going to have to replace a battery at a cost of £250 anyway? You might as well save up for a decent chair and do it over finance over £51 so a month. So it's great that you now have options, and we feel very proud to be able to offer 0%, because a lot of companies out there, they're not offering that. I mean, it's fine if you're doing the Klarna or whatever it is, you know, but that's up to like £1,000, £2,000. For anything over, I don't know if I've not seen any other companies offering 0%. So we're happy to promote that. We want our customers to have the best, and why shouldn't they? But when times are hard, it's hard to pick, you know, to get those initial finances. So hopefully that will help with that. So yeah, this is basically a little breakdown of who Lithtech use, what things cost, the advantages of going with these people, and yeah, we only pick the best partners, and it takes us a long time to pick partners. Like I said, with the finance, even a couple of people where we signed up to and then had to back out of because we didn't feel it sat well with our Lithtech ethos and mentality. So anyway, that will be all of this is already in play. That will be in play from January. So yeah, just think before you go and buy a cheap chair. Would you rather a cheap chair, which will probably cost you much more in the long run, or a decent Lithtech chair at £51 over 3 years? So a month over 3 years. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you on the next video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.